Bro meets someone he doesn't like and strips them and makes them into his zombies. That's wild. It is time for some more Tomb Raider King. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and Patreon full-length reactions and other exclusives do live over there. Let's jump into it, see what they got in store for us this week. Male potency. Keeps you nice and hard. A tree won't help yo limp dicks is the most wild statement you could make. Keep in mind, we just hustled for some ED medicine in terms of the general public. Oh, it's in a naughty place, huh? Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Like, I just want us to land like Batman jumping down on thugs. Like, one of them's gonna try some bullshit. Like, what if they become our lackeys? Would that not be, like, gold? Yeah, stroke that shaft just like we taught you. So we just tickled a tree to pleasure. That's, really is the ED branch, I guess, huh? If relics only work with you because you have dominance over them, if you fuck with their mental state enough that they're no longer strong with dominating, that's cool. He's trying to, bro, he straight up was trying to whip that shit in our face. It's so goofy, I love it. If they cry, he likes it more. Yo, that's wild. Yo, he threatens anyone. No matter what you throw at him, he can just redirect it right back. He might actually be too busted right now. I'm wondering how he's gonna suffer. Tomb Raider King might be one of the most entertaining shows you can watch this season. And how you'll always know that I'm a genuine opinion on the anime I cover is that I don't give a fuck what the internet says. The internet has decided this is the most mid-slop of the season. And I say, to be honest, it's not a lot different than a lot of the big shows that do similar things. But there are some aspects that I actually quite like the fact that the MC's a fucking scumbag that'll strip a woman in the middle of the fucking airport because she tried to jump his ass. And he doesn't discriminate, man or woman. He's stripping you down and leaving you for the feds. It's a wild statement I didn't think I'd make. But, you know, the more I see, the more entertaining it gets. Like, am I gonna say, oh my god, there isn't a ridiculous aura about this show? Of course not. I'm not a fucking imbecile, right? At the end of the day, this MC is silly. Like, there's a lot of really silly aspects. And the argument people will make is, well, that's why people don't really like it. No, the big reason is that maybe the amount of pushback we see against this show is the same amount of pushback that a lot of these shows gets. But the big difference is because a lot of the fake anime fans who only decide what is good based on what has been told to them, either by their favorite content creator or the internet as a collective whole. You could put the biggest studio, like if you slapped Ufotable's name on this or A1 Pictures' name on this anime production, don't change anything about it, just the studio's name. You add Sawano as the OST. You don't even change the music, you just add their name. This show immediately gets more popular, because that's just how it works, right? I think a lot of people watch anime based on what is told, and I think that's a collective, it's not just an anime problem, it's a society problem. What beauty products am I going to use unless my favorite influencer told me to use them? What anime am I going to watch unless my favorite influencer basically told me to watch it? I think I'd be fucking weird if I was like, oh, this is too silly. A third of the shows we talk about are silly as fuck. To have a guy just go around and just fucking almost Looney Tunes beat the shit out of people and steal their relics just because he's trying to be powerful enough that he will no longer be killed. Like, his big thing in the past couple of episodes is we went to an auction that has relics, and one of the things he wanted is a tree of life, because in the future, the person who has the tree of life is basically holding it over his head, and he's basically a slave if he doesn't want to die. In present day, it's being marketed as an erectile dysfunction drug. Get that shit in Mushoku Tensei and avoid the edgy arc of Rudy, you know? Like, it's ridiculous. No one's gonna deny that. But it's the way this man is having fun. Oh, someone's trying to jump my ass? Anyway, I'm gonna dominate your relic and turn you into my little puppet. First, you're gonna strip. Then you're gonna go turn yourself into the authorities as a mindless zombie. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. And it is so entertaining. And as I've said throughout videos that I've done on this show, right? Didn't talk about last week's episode. I just don't think it has the popularity to warrant a weekly discussion on YouTube. I love watching it every week on Patreon. It's honestly it's a top 10 entertainment value for me this season. Not a top 10 like, oh my god, this is perfect, but just a damn am I gonna have a good time watching them. The most complex thing about this show is its relics and how they really put effort. It kind of reminds me of a battle shonen that puts a lot of effort into its battle mechanics. Yeah, maybe the characters are pretty much what you see is what you're going to get for the most part. But if you like what you see, you're not really going to be complaining. And for me, I like what I see. I like the overly goofy, cartoonishly evil villains. Like, I've seen that be a complaint too, is that the bandits and the people we go up against, they're too evil. And like, the only way it gets better is like when I see the right profile picture associated, because so many series do the same thing. When I'm reading a Batman comic, yeah, the main Batman villains are going to be some pretty intense, but do you think the general thugs? No, they're fucking goofy as hell. Like, there's a time and a place for overly serious stuff. And I'm not saying I'm opposed to the show getting overly serious, but I kind of like the idea of a man with a mission who doesn't really give a fuck. He's not evil, but like, he's closer to an evil alignment than not. He knows what he wants, he knows what he's gonna do. And, you know, when he can't dominate a relic, he's like, okay, I'll make you into an ally. Like, that was the big thing with the auction. It's just, I fucking love it, it's so funny. So she's like kind of cursed, so like everyone will get like too greedy and outbid and be shit out of luck. So we made her into an ally because we can't really just take her relic away because we don't know what the relic is that's cursing her, but she'll make a very good ally. And then in doing so, we also get funny moments where she thinks he's really into an erectile dysfunction tree of light. The fact that the relics all have personalities, so you have to stroke the tree well enough so it's... Because he's too rough with it, so his Looney Tune band of misfits, who, you know, tried to rob them blind, you know, we turn into our lackeys. There's something just very innocent about the insanity of this show, and it just reminds me of, like, going back to a simpler time when every story didn't have to be overly complex, and it didn't need to have plot twist after plot twist. It was just a lot of really fun, stupid characters having stupid little adventures. And, you know, if this was like the first type of show in this ballpark that, you know, I've seen in God knows how many years in anime, I'd understand, oh, you know, because like, look at the 90s anime as an example. Like, 90s anime were mostly a similar vibe and tone, right? Because there wasn't as many anime being made. So the stuff that was being made was, you know, it was kind of like latching off the isekai craze, like you're trying to be profitable. But there's so much anime being made in any given season, and it's been like that for a fucking decade, even longer, right? I've been watching seasonal anime consistently in a hardcore way since like late 2012. And there really isn't that much more anime being made. I just think there is in general better quality anime being released on a consistent basis. But to me, this show isn't some, oh my god, you gotta really be out there to enjoy it. I'm like, man, half the fucking shows that are like mainstream anymore share a lot of similar dumb bullshit to this show, but don't get nearly as criticized. And I really do think it's just people blindly following. It's kind of a mixture of people blindly following what's popular, but also afraid to go against, you know, what is popular. Now, not to say there aren't people who are like, oh my god, this is mainstream slop, I hate it. There are those edgelords who just hate things that are popular. It's just a damn shame that we live in a society where people are like afraid to just be like, hey, I'm gonna watch something that isn't the biggest buzz show of the season. I shit you not, a lot of the fucking intro criticism I saw for the show were people with Jinwoo profile pictures. Like, when I covered Soul Leveling, I got criticized for being too positive on a shit show, right? Now, those were not the majority of comments, but there were those people, right? And I got told that I was only liking Soul Leveling because it was popular. Now, you're gonna hate this. I actually like this show more than Soul Leveling. I think Soul Leveling is a really enjoyable show. And it's not about comparing. It's just about, I'm just wanting you to know, I'm not some fucking hypocrite who's like, I'm just liking what's popular. I'm very excited for Soul Leveling to continue to release. But in terms of a pure like, yeah, I like the fights and I like the overall fight animation better in Soul Leveling, but this show brings me more joy. But hey, you don't gotta agree with that. It's just, I wish more people would watch stuff just because they wanted to watch it rather than someone told them. Like, I'm fine if people aren't gonna watch this. I'm just here to say, like, I just think it's very funny that people are so much hypocrites online. Anyway, I'm gonna keep enjoying this one, but you can let me know what you've been thinking. We're 5 episodes deep. It's goofy as hell. I like the silly, like, the more silly this show is, and this is something I'm consistent with isekai. The sillier an isekai is, the more I enjoy it too. Life is too short to be serious all the time. Let's have some fun. Let's have some serious too, But in general, I just want to laugh, and this show makes me laugh. I think it's fucking funny, and I think the world building is great. But your thoughts, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for live reactions, and of course, if you're already over on Patreon, also give you a video shout out because my patrons are what fund this YouTube channel. All right, so today we got Juffa369, Game Senpai, ISO Sasiro, Michael Meadows, and we also have Sleepfish. So I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.